Come here. Come here. Come on. Come here. Hey. Jump up here. Jump up here. Shh. Remy, jump up here. Jump up here. Come on, up here. Come on. Remy, up here. Remy. Come over here. Remy, no, up here. Remy, come here. Hey. This dog doesn't know how to get up. Come here. Come here. Come up here. Jump up. Okay. I love you. Okay, anyways, okay, anyways. Hi. Oh, look, I still have my, I was in the hospital. I checked in on the 21st day of the 21st year of the 21st century. Hi, Mom. Say hi.
Hi, Mom.
Hi.
I'm saying hi. Oh.
Haha. Yay. Sorry. So I checked in on January 21st. Not at the 21st hour. But close. Oh, here, yeah, we'll go over here. So this is Alden's. This is where Alden sits to smoke his cigars. Anyways, so I had so many crazy experiences. But crazy being the key word of them. I thought maybe it was the apocalypse. And I packed a bag with like 2 72-hour kits, first aid kits, flashlight, thermal sleeping bag, a change of clothes, and my key documents. And I left my cat, which was so stupid, but I was convinced that the cat could apparate. I'm like, the cat will be fine. The cat will apparate or go through one of these interdimensional doorways in the apartment that I'm not aware of, but I swear she just disappears sometimes, because I swear that cat just disappears sometimes. I'm like looking high and low. I'm like, the cat's gone. The cat's gone. And then the next day, there's the cat again. Like, this apartment is like 900 square feet. I don't know where this cat could be hiding. But anyways, so I left the cat and I was going to walk to Tucson, but probably just St. George, but probably just Provo. But really, I made it 4 blocks south, and then I started going north, and then I walked around, and then I walked back to the apartment, and I called my aunt. I'm like, can I stay at your house? Because my mom won't let me stay at her house. And I was under no influence of any drugs or alcohol. I just thought it was the apocalypse. Okay, I promise I'm not fat. So I've lost a lot of weight. I'm a size 31 now. Because I was like a 33. So I had to go buy some new jeans today. These are actually the same jeans that I have in a size 33. They're just a size 31 now. But I don't know why I'm showing you that. So anyways, that kind of behavior went on for like a week, where no matter where I went, it was really difficult for me to be there. And my aunt that was really hard experience for her. So she was like, you need to get help, get help, get help, get help. And I called my caseworker at the University of Utah, and she said, have you thought about going to UNI, which is the University Neuropsychiatric Institute? And I thought, no, I haven't, because my friend Tiffany went there and she had a terrible experience. And anyways, I went. And I immediately, the minute I walked in, I wanted to turn around and walk back out because I went, nope. This place is shady. I hate it. I don't want to be here. Oh, look at this place. I clean it out here and then it just gets dirty again because I don't know why. Because Alden, because my parents. I mean, look at this. Do you see that? Do you see that? See that? Look. Ew. That's how I feel. I'm like, how hard is it to keep this place clean? So we might even be brooms and brothers. So let me grab a broom. You have to have a broom to be a broom brother. And that's not a witch joke. Although I have been noticing witch jokes in my vocabulary. And I'm like, what is going on? What life am I waking up to? Look at dog. I'll be right back. Ow. You want to do? Hey, where's the broom for outside? Bob? Where's the broom for outside? Okay. Do you want to come back out with me? All right. What you doing? Yep, everything is fast. Okay. Can you believe it? So, anyways, when I say witch jokes, I just mean you know when you say which is fine, you're like, oh, that's fine, that's fine. But you say which is fine, which is fine. I think there's this old form of communication where people say which is fine, which is fine. But it's just kind of a joke. Hey, what you doing? So anyways, yeah, look at all this. This is all your fur. So gross. Not that your fur is gross, but it kind of is when there's too much of it. Anyways, so maybe I'll do this afterwards. I'm going to do this afterwards. Okay, you get me. You get me. So look how much better that already looks up there. Do you see that? Anyways, I went to the hospital. I was just there for 17, 18 days. You know, I thought maybe I was going to be there for 3 or 4 days, maybe 5, 7 at the most. 18 days I was there. But man, did I have some recovering to do. I was scared to sleep. I was scared to eat. I kept trying to sleep and eat anyways, because I know that sleeping and eating are important. My diet there was not the best. I stayed vegetarian for all except for 2 meals. But other than that, I yeah, I had dessert. I ate vegetarian, but there's a lot of cheese, a lot of macaroni and cheese, a lot of manicotti, a lot of vegetables, egg, a lot of French toast, a lot of cereal. I love cereal. What can I say? But yeah, I didn't eat the healthiest, and so sue me, right? Oh, okay. What's up? There we go. It is so nice out. It is 53 degrees. Oh my gosh, it is February 8th. Monday, February 8th. It's 4:16 p.m. My name is Jarrett Earl Casey. I forgot to introduce myself. Hi, I'm not Donald Trump. This dog says, I walked in and she was saying, Donald Trump is in my living room. I said, I'm not Donald Trump. She says the crazy things. I do still hear what animals say sometimes. They say the darndest things. I think it's actually different spirits speaking through the animals, or that like are living vicariously through them somehow. And they come from all different backgrounds and they have all different ways of saying things. I remember Charlotte came up to me once and said, I love you and I pray for you every day. That really meant a lot. Anyways, I've dealt with most of the sleep issues and the eating issues. And today I had a very valuable conversation about, because there's these people in my mind, or in the mind, who say I need to choose a path. He needs to choose a path. He needs to choose a path. And for a lot of people, that means choose a religious path, a religion. You know, he needs to choose Catholic or LDS or Jewish or something. He needs to choose a path. But I'm not Catholic, and I'm not LDS, and I'm not Jewish. Although there are things about all three of those that I find very attractive, and I don't mean like physically attractive. I just mean that very much call out to me about each of them. But I'm just Christian. I'm just a Protestant, non-denominational Christian. And so some people go, okay, well, that's not a path. I'm like, why is that not a path? Are you kidding me? That's absolutely a path. But I am very highly influenced by the LDS Church, and I'm very highly influenced by Catholics, I think. Sorry, I didn't mean. I do that sometimes, though. When I'm not thinking, I'm like, oh my God. And you know, I want to honor my ancestry. Oh, just all kinds of things. So someone goes, okay, well then, you know, he's on a spiritual path, which is the path of agreements, which means, you know, he has to agree, you know, he's agreed to be a good person. So, and I am a good person, so that's great news. Woo! Party time. Excellent. Woo, woo, woo. Right? I'm a good person. Yay! But as soon as you say, okay, well, how do you determine if someone's a good person? Like, some people just go, well, can't you tell? There they are. There's a good person. There's a bad person. There's a good person. What's the question? Other people go, well, I'm so glad you asked. Well, good people get jobs, and they have jobs that they work, and they show up to work because they're good people. And they pay their bills. And they pay their bills on time because they're good people. And oh, they donate to charities because they're good people. So I'm a good person, right? But I have trouble holding a job. And I have not been paying my bills on time or at all. Can you believe it? Because I've been struggling with a 14-year addiction to methamphetamines. And then lately, this year, this last 12 months, I finally kicked methamphetamines, but I had this crazy mental health breakdown. And so I still had to quit my jobs. So technically, according to these people who all have this agreement that we're all going to be good people, right? Technically, even though they know I'm a good person, because I really am, I'm not meeting the requirements of being a good person. So when that happens, there's a price to pay. And the price to pay doesn't mean all of a sudden all these bad things are going to happen to you. But living a beautiful, charmed life where just opportunity after opportunity just kind of comes your way or whatever, which has been very much my life for my whole life, that can go away. And you have to enter what's called, popularly by people who live here, the real world. Now, I want to clarify that you have it mixed up. That the charmed life of having beautiful opportunities come your way for your entire life, that's the real world. That's the real world. And the more we can get this world into a good place, the more and more people will experience lives like that. But right now, while this world is so topsy-turvy, it has everything down. It uses fear to try and get everybody. It's angry. It's an angry world. It seems to be the opposite, where the people who live the charmed life, they're the lucky ones, and everyone else has to live in the real world. So just know that the real world is a charming, beautiful, perfect world, and that this one that's difficult sometimes, that's not the real world. But right now, while I'm not meeting all the requirements of being a good person, and there's a price to pay, quote unquote, because there isn't really a price to pay, it's just what was agreed upon. I have to live here, quote unquote, in the real world. So, that means that things might not come my way so easily. Now, that doesn't mean that all these terrible things are going to happen, right? If that's happening, then someone out there is trying to make terrible things happen. And that's a whole different, they're picking fruit from the wrong tree. They're borrowing from the wrong tree. And that was part of our conversation earlier too. But, my life may not be so charmed, at least until I can get it together and I can start meeting the requirements of what it means to be a good person. And maybe it'll all start coming together again, right? So right now that means I've got to get a job working for a good company, and I've got to just and I've got to keep paying my bills and try and get my credit score up. Got to maybe do some volunteer work, and try and make some little small commitments and keep them, like not eating meat or trying to eat more healthy, or things like that. And I can be very gentle and loving with myself as I forge my way into those more firmly into those commitments, because those are some things that I have actually been doing. Now, there's some people who go, this person made this agreement, and they're not up to scratch, right? So there's going to be a price. Now we can go in and we can exert this price on them. If you're one of those people, so just because you're a person that made an agreement, and you've determined that there's a price, you're not the one that goes in and exerts that price. That's just done kind of by the universe. It's called karma. And it doesn't even mean that bad karma is owed to that person, but it may mean that some of their good karma isn't going to be paid out for a while until they can get everything back in order. Because that person's still a good person. So they still have good karma owed to them. They just aren't meeting the requirements of their agreement. So the good karma that's been kind of slowly being dealt to them their whole life might seem to dry up a little bit. That doesn't mean they're going to get bad karma, because people tend to look at extremes. They go good or bad, good or bad. It's not good or bad. So just because someone isn't meeting the stipulations of their agreement doesn't mean they're all of a sudden a bad person. They're just a good person that isn't meeting all the things of their agreement. So it doesn't mean that bad karma is coming their way. And people who don't know what they're doing, they think of it too simply. And that's very simple, right? Because the beautiful thing is everyone just gets to be a good person. You don't get to go, okay, well, we're good people, but this person isn't meeting it, so now there's going to be a price. And even though we're good people, we can now go in and do a bad thing to them because they deserve it. They're not meeting their requirements. So we can still claim to be good people, even though we're doing a bad thing to someone. So that's not how that works. Your job is to just always be a good person, no matter what. Just always be a good person. And if someone's not meeting their requirement to be a good person, or even though they are a good person, and here's the thing where you go, okay, well, they're a good person. We know that they don't do terrible things to people, but they're having trouble keeping a job, or they're having trouble with their credit score, or they're having trouble with this or that or the other. So they're a good person, but they're having trouble meeting the requirements that have been agreed upon, that how we look at, well, what does a good person do? How does a good person function in society? So as good people, what we do is we try to love and support those people, and we try to help them. Okay, well, how can we help them with their credit score? We can't just give them a bunch of money or pay their bills, but maybe we can give them advice, or maybe we can bring them in, or maybe we can help them when they're about to make a bad purchasing decision or a stupid decision. We can say, hey, we're trying to really get you to a better credit score here. So is that really what you want to do? Why don't you do this instead? Or if you need that, let me talk to a friend. Maybe I think we could probably get that for you. It's not going to be brand new from the store, but it'll work in a pinch, and that'll save you that money. And then you can use that later to pay one of your bills. So things like that. That's what our job is to do as good people for one another, even when someone isn't up to scratch, even when even if it's been 15 years of them just making the same old stupid decisions. You've had enough, right? It's like, okay, well, they probably have too. So it's time, it's time to help, just like it always has been and it always will be. Because that's what good people do. And what isn't your job is to determine when it's too late, or to determine when the price is too high or they're too far gone. What isn't your job is to determine what the price is and to rake them across the coals, or to try and get everything you can or take them for all they're worth. That's what isn't your job, because that's not what good people do. That's not what good people do. And if that's what you're doing, if you're out there deciding, hey, I'm a good person, but this person, whatever, it's too late, or nope, their price is too high, get them gone, have something terrible happen to them. If you're out there doing that, you're borrowing from the wrong tree. You're borrowing from the wrong tree. And there is a price for that. Hi, what you doing? But what are you doing? Huh? Now, I've always believed in forgiveness, so that's kind of how that works. Look. Say hi. Say hi. That's you. Okay, I'll let you in. Sorry. The door keeps running away. So the conversation sounded a little better in my head when we were having it, of course, but that's kind of what's going on. So I think all this difficulty in my life has been because I haven't been keeping a job and I haven't been making my financial obligations. And it's okay to need help, right? So right now I don't have a job, so I need help. And that's okay. That's okay because I'm working toward getting a job, right? I'm going to apply for 4 jobs this week. I'm trying to create a list of jobs that I feel I can ethically, morally, and responsibly hold as a person who I think might be a telepath. And I did go out today. I bought 2 new pairs of denim. It was $48. But all my other jeans were either 33s and way too big, or they were 30s, 29s and 30s, but they have a rip in them right here. Well, I'm not going to show you where that is, but they have a rip in them. Oh, sorry, Dad. So I got 2 new pairs of denim. And I got protein because that's one thing I've noticed as a vegetarian. I need to drink protein shakes, I think. Just so I get enough protein in my diet. And and I got a haircut, which I think it looks I think it looks good. Yeah. Look at the mountains. Aren't they nice? Well, there's a hazelnut tree in the look on the hazelnut. But yeah, there are the mountains up there. I wonder. Oh, it doesn't focus like that. Anyways, I think all these difficulties are because I haven't been. I am a good person still that just has been determined as not meeting the requirements of my agreement to be what is the word they say? An upstanding member of society. Now, I think that you could go all out and be like, oh boy, now he's got to be able to do this. But I think if I could just get those couple things on track, that might open everything back up for me again. And not just for me, because I think this has been difficult for so many people in my life. And I'm still very much thinking about the church stuff because I don't know. I feel like I want a community again. I haven't been. I just feel so lonely all this time, and I have my family, but my parents are only going to be alive for so much longer, and then it's me. And I very much would like to grow closer to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I fasted yesterday. It was fast and testimony meeting. So cute. I fasted breakfast and lunch, but I'll tell you what, to get through that fast, I just nap a lot. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna nap because let's get the big thing, the big garbage thing back here. Oh, dog poop everywhere. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna have to clean. Oh. It's the high school. I'm at my parents' house. You can't tell. It's definitely not my apartment. My mom, I went and said hi to my cat, my roommate. And my mom asked if I would stay a couple nights up here. And so I thought, yeah, I don't see why I wouldn't do that. So here I am. But the fast. I just slept through it, and I didn't really read a lot of scripture. I looked up a couple scriptures that were fasting scriptures from the book of Matthew and from Isaiah. I started reading, I read Alma 5 and Matthew 18 while I was there. I kept thinking, is the Book of Mormon an awakening text? Because whenever I read it, I remember reading it as I'm reading it. But I remember reading it as a child and as an adult as I'm reading it at the same time. And furthermore, when I read First Nephi, I had actual memories from that book. Like I participated in a reenactment of some sort, or like maybe I connected with Nephi in the afterlife or the premortal existence and was given access to those memories, or something. And I think when I say an awakening text, I mean that the author is there in the pages. And as you read it, they're connecting to you. And they I don't know how else to put it. They are connecting with you as you're reading it. And it's like they're right there with you. And I just think, I get that feeling when I read the Book of Mormon sometimes. Now with the Bible, I don't get that feeling. What I get from the Bible sometimes are memories. Like, I was reading in Matthew. No, it wasn't Matthew, it was Luke, the book of Luke. That Jesus went when he was when he was a young boy, and he impressed all the doctors, the Jewish doctors, and they were all talking about how impressive he was. And I immediately had a memory of that happening to me. But I think in the memory, I was a different age than Jesus. But I still had the same memory. And I thought, did I go the same with being tempted by the devil? I remember being tempted by the devil. The same things. It was me and my brothers. And it was so funny when he asked us when he asked us to turn a stone into a piece of bread. I remember my older brother, Galen, going, I don't know how to do that. He goes, I know it's possible. I know it's possible. Because I've seen it. He goes, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. I think when it came to me, I think I just kept trying to picture that stone turning into a piece of bread. I kept trying to do it. And of course, when Jesus came and gave us the real answer, I thought, oh, he would say that. Of course he would say that. And I remember him showing us all the greatness of all the different kingdoms through history. And saying, you know, if I could offer this to you, would you take it? And I thought, no. But there was a part of me that kept thinking, oh, but you know, if I could, you know, I'm a good person. And I could probably do something with all that. I could probably do a lot of good. But I still came back to the same decision, no. Because I wouldn't want to do anything without Jesus by my side. And I knew what his answer was. Because the only time we answered before him was when he asked us if we could turn the stone into a piece of bread. After that, I was like, okay, whatever he says is what I say. But we still had to go forth and go through the temptation. It's just you know, I knew what his answer was. And even though my logical mind was thinking, yeah, we could take all that and probably do some really wonderful things. We could probably change the world for the better. I knew what Jesus' answer was. And I know that I couldn't ever do anything without him. Oh. But that was with my grandpa as the devil. My grandma always said, he's the devil himself. He's the devil himself. But he's not the devil. I think it was just something that we all came together on. I remember him talking about, because he's a Christian and he's a good person, but he's struggled. He's lived. It's what he would say. He says, I'm a good person, I'm a Christian, but I've lived. I've seen what this world can do. And I remember him saying, all of these good people need a devil. He said that he was the one that was willing to do it because he knew because he was a good person and he was willing to make the difficult decisions. But this was all in like the before life. So he went through, and my friend Justin was Jesus. And I think me and my brothers were the three kings, or the three wise men, or the three magi, something like that. And we just went through, and he showed us where he was tempted. He talked about the conversation. He told us that he wasn't scared, that he never felt scared. And then they had my grandpa lead us each through the temptation so that we understood what he went through and what he was shown. And it was all so that we could learn to be better people. Here I am, and I can't keep a job, and I have a bad credit score. My dad's yawning. That's always a bad sign. Anyways, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to keep cleaning and putting leaves down into here. I'm in a crazy mood. But I'm glad to be back, and I feel so much better. I feel so much better. And I hope that everyone is happy that I'm here. And yeah, I love you all so much. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Okay, bye.